Number 8. So here's another rational equation. I know it's an equation because of that equal sign. This one's a little bit different. This one's you could call it a proportion when you have one fraction equal to another fraction. So what I could do here is use my cross product property and multiply across here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to set the first cross product equal to the other cross product. When I look through here, I see a bunch of things that I can factor. So I'm going to approach it that way. So in this first parenthesis, I can pull out a 3. And when I look x squared minus 4, I can factor that as the difference of 2 squares. So I'm going to do that. Now, if you have the same factor on both sides of the equation, if you were to divide both sides of the equation by that factor, it would cancel out. So I'm going to divide both sides by x plus 2, and that factor will go away. And I also see that there's an x minus 2 on both sides of that equation. So I'm going to divide both sides by x minus 2, and that factor will cancel out. So now I'm just left with 3 equals x plus 1, and I'll solve for x, and I always have to check for extraneous solutions. So I could plug this back in. If you were to plug this in, you can see that you'd be dividing by 0. So it's going to be extraneous. So you can either plug it back in to see if it's extraneous, or you could look at the original denominators and think about the domain. So if I were to set this denominator equal to 0, x cannot equal 2. And then if I were to factor this, I'd have the difference of 2 squares, and x cannot equal negative 2 as well. So that means that my solution that I came up with is extraneous. So for number 8, your answer is no solution.